saying who they like better between Drake and Ryan Reynolds. Everyone said Drake except for Dillon Brooks.
Ryan Reynolds.
Drake then rapped on For All the Dogs this line.
Shorty rinsing Dillon Brooks. Can't believe this nigga talking down.
However, there's actually more to this beef. It involves a girl that both Brooks and Drake were seeing. Her name is Mirna Khabib, and apparently she was dating Drake before Dillon Brooks and her started seeing each other. And even though Dillon Brooks supposedly stole her from Drake, Drake apparently gets the last laugh. On the song Calling for You, Mirna Khabib has an interlude where she explains how her and Dillon Brooks went on a trip together. On this trip, Brooks apparently lied to her, saying that they were flying economy because first class was full. Khabib goes on to also complain about the fact that they ate the same meal every day. And finally, how he caught feelings for Khabib, who was not down to stay together. All this because he chose Ryan. Okay, this beef between Drake and
No.
Dirty Mackinite is fine.
Time. Who is worse? Who taking the worst L in this situation? Is Drake taking a bigger L because him and Dillon Brooks got sharing girls? Or Dillon Brooks taking the L because then you put a girl on the interlude and she kind of like throwing in that. Nobody else would notice if you ain't sent me that clip. I don't think nobody know this backstory.
No, I'm not taking the L. That you taking the L.
Who? Dillon Brooks or Drake?
Drake. It's Dillon Brooks. You competing with a Dillon Brooks. You got all the money in the world. You're Drake. You're competing about Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. So then I guess that will go to my conversation.
Insecurity right there. That is because, like I said, Drake can have any girl in the world, but for me to sit here and go out and rap about this and put this on about this young, we don't even know who the young lady is.
So guess what I'm saying. So now you kind of proving my point. So that's what I'm thinking of when you just asked me just about the whole. If you got the bread, ain't you supposed to be him? Drake is really supposed to be. I'm not saying supposed to be. No, Drake is really him. So Drake's in here, like you just said, losing a girl to Dillon Brooks. Now, where does that put me at mentally? Because I'm going back and forth I'm sharing a girl with Dillon Brooks is crazy.
But then that's you.
Like Dillon Brooks ain't even an all-star, dog.
But that is you too, because nigga, act like you just want to fuck these girls. Stop acting like you want to love them and you want to be in this romance. You really don't want to. You just enjoying the moment. You keep
so my question is what you about to say though, is he really pretending? If you're going that far out the way to diss him in a song and put the girl on the interlude, are you really pretending? Or do you
but how many relationships you gonna just keep jumping in and out of?
Man, I told you
that's what I'm saying. So then it gotta be you though. Because that's my only thing is if you sitting there saying you was in a relationship with this girl, you was in a relationship with this girl, you was in a relationship with that girl, boom, boom, boom. We didn't even know you was dating this girl. But now you sitting here putting in a song like that's your insecurities then.
But is it my insecurities or is it just I'm really a certified lover boy?
No, it's your insecurities. Because first of all, you rap about these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But deep down inside, you can't do the things to keep a woman happy, right? Because you have the money, you are Drake. So I should just be happy to be around your presence.
So then my question would be is okay. Then sometimes. Because let's be clear, okay, because like you said, he is Drake. So if I'm talking to the upper echelon women and they really only around for the experience or for the money stuff, now do you kind of put me on we still on an equal playing field? And remember when I talked with me, you had that conversation a couple weeks ago.
But the women that Drake has dealt with have money though, right?
They probably don't. They might know. Of course, they don't have money like these two dudes got money, but they have access to dating people with money, so it looks like they have money. You got to think about it. Let's just sit here and say realistic. If I'm a beautiful woman, and let's just say I just got a regular job, I only make $50,000, but I'm talking about I'm OD beautiful. I got at least 500,000 followers on Instagram, and I just work a regular job. I'm only making $50,000, but men, only way they know they can talk to me is that they leave with money. So guess what I got? I got a car that somebody bought for me. I'm talking about a foreign. The car may be worth more than what I'm going to make for the next 4 years. I'm sitting here, I got all these Chanel bags, I got all this other stuff where you don't necessarily, now you don't even know how much I make. You just know I got a job. I ain't like, what dude really about to try to, especially if we talking about these elite athletes, or you talking about Drake, you think Drake really give a goddamn what kind of job you got for real? He ain't asking you them type of details. So realistically, yes, now she can bounce around. The long as she pretty and long as her Instagram popping, guess who's going to shoot shots from Drake to Dillon Brooks or whoever else in between.
But then that's my thing is just right there. If you saying, okay, I sold you on the product, right? But you didn't know what the product really was. So I sold you like, oh yeah, I'm living this lavish life. I'm blah, blah, blah. But you fell for the trap, right?
It's not even a trap because this is my real life. You can't talk to me if you can't buy me a Chanel bag. This ain't no trap. This is my real life.
But then why are you working there?
Just because I still want a job.
You don't need a job. If you sitting here dealing with that type of men, why do you need a job? Because that's what I'm saying. You're kind of contradicting yourself because is this my thing is
I might just need a job just for the healthcare. That's it. I don't like you. Right. I don't need this job because these dudes is tricking off on me left and right. So you're absolutely right. I don't need this job, but I may just keep it just for some sense of peace of mind where it's like, okay, well, I still got health care. I still got whatever case may be.
You're only getting paid $50,000 a year. I don't think your health care that good.
I mean, I don't know. I can't give you no pushback or no argument on that. I don't know. But I just think to me, I'm just like, damn, it kind of just, if I'm Drake, yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. That would kind of mentally just kind of have me all over the place. Cause it's gonna make me really question, like, damn, well, do these bras really ever really like me for real? Like, bro, you went from Drake to Dillon Brooks. I'm sure people listening to this right now don't know who Dillon Brooks is. I'm sure dudes do. If you know who, as a matter of fact, we can get into that after we finish this conversation.
Okay, but then my only question is, but when you say that, it's just, are you saying, okay, but because of the looks or how you treat me? Like, I get what you're saying. You went from Drake to Dillon Brooks, but then, okay, what if Dillon Brooks is really treating me well? He's taking care of me. He's doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake was just a one night stand. And yes, he caught feelings for me because my pussy was good, but it was just a one night stand. Because let's put it like this, right? If I fuck Drake, right, I put it on him. Now this nigga blowing up my phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to be with him, but he want to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
But then, all right, Dillon Brooks, right? He really taking care of me. He really care about my feelings. He really showing interest, like, oh, he's showing up to my job. Like Draco, I can't be out public with you or whatever the case may be. But Dillon Brooks is putting more forth for effort and doing everything for me. Like you went to Wyoming to meet my parents, and you know what I'm saying? Like you still, like you don't feel like you above and beyond.
Yeah, so I guess but then I guess still that if I'm still Drake, I'm still questioning myself. I'm not talking about the woman. We talking about Drake now. If I'm Drake,
okay.
I'm still going to have, that's going to trigger some, I don't care how he dressed it up, that will trigger some form of insecurity in you and make you question yourself as a man. Like, damn, that's the option. Like these women that I got access to, Dillon Brooks still got access to. Like that's crazy.
But at the end of the day, with your access to them is because why? Because you're famous and you have money. Because
that's when you need to have
that. If you didn't have that, do you still have access to these women?
So then guess what? So listen to what I'm saying. So if I'm Drake, that's when it's time to look the man in the mirror. And then that's why sometimes if you listen to some of these songs and the way he complaining, now they kind of make a little bit more sense. Because now they're making you question, like, yeah, I'm dating all these women. I can get all these women, but what are they really here for? And how long are they really here for?
Yeah.
So that's gonna make you question a lot. And so, like I said, so we can kind of tie these stories in together because they do go hand in hand. Dillon Brooks does play for the Houston Rockets, and of course, I'm sure on most of all blog sites, I feel like picked up over the what was that game that? Yeah, that was Saturday because I said I lost my shirt on Sunday.